Well, good afternoon again, my sisters. I'm, of course, chiming in all the way from Georgia. We want to welcome you to our Renewal Scholar Orientation. I'm just excited and delighted to be able to spend a little bit of our Sunday afternoon, evening. Well, it's not evening just yet. By the time we finish, it'll be evening for us here on the East Coast time zone. But again, we're excited. We're here. Some of you have been here before, so what you hear may be, not new. But some of you that maybe it's your first time and maybe you have a different set of questions, whatever, just know we're here to make sure that we're all getting started off all on the same page, getting all of the information together. And of course, we can probably still learn from one another since you are renewal scholars. So we're going to go ahead and get going. Those that are chiming in, please again rename yourself. Just put what state you're from, and then put your major following that. On the top right hand corner, if you click on the three dots, if you're on your laptop. But again, if you're on your phone, you may have to do that from the bottom. I think you have to click on participants and click on that, and then select the three dots next to your name. Hey, Angelina, welcome everyone. I will go ahead and say that toward the end of the call, we would like to take a photo, because we want to say that we're not necessarily welcoming you because you've already been welcome, but we're kind of just having a little session. I guess what you say, a little info session on today with our new renewal scholars. So let's get going. Let's get going. If at any time you have any questions, please don't hesitate to utilize that chat. If something you got any suggestions, come on, fire it up. And we're going to get going. I assume that everybody can hear me okay because everybody is nodding and all of that good stuff. So I don't think we'll be on here the entire hour, but nevertheless, if we are, then we can be. Awesome. Now, I do want to go ahead and share this slide. I know everybody is sure and know who we are and what we do, but I also don't want to take for granted that you understand just the amazingness that you're connected to here at the foundation. Of course, we provide those unrestricted grants. And as you know, when we say unrestricted, that just means that you have the access to be able to utilize those funds that whatever best suits your needs. We don't want to tell you how to use it because somebody may need it for childcare, where somebody may need it for rent, and then whereas one of your other sisters may need it for tuition. So just know we're grateful here at the foundation, which is unique, that we can provide funds directly over to you. And just so you know, we do provide those grants to women who identify as woman or non-binary, and certainly those who demonstrate financial need. If you didn't know, you see these amazing maps that are behind us, and it may not be truly representative of and reflective of how many scholars, but you're talking about over 1,700 scholar grants that we've been able to provide here in almost 50 years, making the magic happen at the Jeanette Rankin Foundation, and of course, exceeding $5 million, being able to do it. And I don't think I shared this on the New Scholar Orientation. We've hit every state. We've hit every state. So we've had an impact in every single state within the United States, which I think is just phenomenal. I think it was 2018, 2017 or 18. Delaware was our last state that we had to hit, and we finally did it. So we've had a scholar in every state, which is, I think, is just unique and phenomenal within itself. I think most of you may know, but we don't want to assume. I don't even think I introduced myself. For those that you don't know, I'm Latrina Artist, the Scholar Grant Scholar Grant Director at the Foundation. I am a Rankin Scholar alum, so that you know. I get it. I understand it. I've certainly walked in your shoes, and I think I have the best job ever now, being able to serve and work alongside this phenomenal staff that I have the opportunity to work with. I'm telling you, is like none other. So enough about me. I'm going to hand it over to Karen, who's going to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about these other amazing ladies that are on the screen here.
All right. Well, I know some of you, and it's good to see all of you. So my name's Karen Stirk, and I'm the CEO of the Rankin Foundation. And I have had a career of helping support women in some way, shape, or form for many, many years. So it's just a joy to be in this position and to work on lifting up people who are working on lifting up themselves. So you have met Latrina, you know her. Michelle Zumba is our president, and she is based in Atlanta, Georgia. And Cynthia Winter is brand new this year. She is our VP of Strategic Partnerships and Growth, and she is based in Montana. So we are all over the country.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Karen. All right, Tiana and Breezy.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Tiana Hudak. I am from Arizona. I am the Tribal Scholar Support Specialist, and I know that I've connected with a few of you, so it's really nice to see you all. And if you haven't met me, I am kind of new. I started back in May, but I am really excited to get to know you guys. And if you guys ever have any questions that Breezy's unable to, or if you're unable to reach Breezy, then feel free to reach out to me.
And I know most of you. My name is Breezy Barcelo. I'm the Scholar Support Specialist, and I live in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I'm also a Rankin alum like Latrina. So I was also just in your shoes a couple of years ago, at least I remember very well how busy you all are. So I'm here for you, and you can, some of you, we've had a lot of connections, some not as much, but feel free to get in touch with Tiana and or I. And Maheen is here too to introduce herself.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm pretty new to this role. I'm your marketing and digital specialist. That involves creating different graphic designs for our community, reaching out to donors, and also reporting
Maheen,
on.
I'm sorry, speak up a little bit.
It also means reporting on all of your stories. So I know I've worked with some of you before, Ruth. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, we have a great scholar story out on Ruth. If anybody else would like to have their story featured on anything Rankin related, it would be our honor. And I look forward to serving with and working with all of you.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Maheen. I'm sorry, and I clicked on stop share. Jashandra, many of you have certainly received mailings and things of that nature from Jashandra. So she's our executive admin associate at the foundation. Assistant, excuse me. And so just know that any mailings, things like that that come out, they're coming from Deshandra. If you ever call the office, she has the main office number. And how she likes to describe herself is that she keeps the train running and going on time, making sure they're hitting the right stops and they get back on time. So she keep all us organized and together. And so just want to make sure you know her name in the event that she needs to communicate with you, and you'll know that she's Rankin staff as well. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Breezy, it's your show now. Take it away.
Yeah, so you all have definitely been in Wise Hive now, and thank you, those of you who had to make the transition with us from GradSnap to Wise Hive. I really appreciate your patience and following directions. So you're definitely in there, and as always, just watch for your emails, which is what will tell you that there's something in Wise Hive for you to do. The new and renewal scholar application is actually due tonight. I think most everyone has completed it or is in communication with me, waiting on maybe a fall schedule or something, but just to keep that in mind. Yeah, Angelina says it was an interesting transition. Yeah, it's been really different. They're two very different websites to use. So yeah, so thank you all for being in there, and just watch always for emails. And where's my money? And that just circles back into Wise Hive. So right now, for example, with that Renewal Scholar application that's due tonight, you should have all put your tuition due date in there for fall. And that's just a really important date that we go by to get your money sent to you. So just always make sure when we're asking for the next semester's tuition due date and schedule that you get that in there. Amber, you
Yes,
need the link?
Amber.
Yeah, we can
Mhm.
share the link.
And I will say, go ahead and just bookmark it. And yeah, Angelina, it certainly has been a transition for us as well. Know that we're working through, we're learning it. So as we, give you extend some patience and grace, please do the same for us. But I think I will say Breezy, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Breezy has it has certainly become her new best friend. But we're learning. We're learning, and it certainly is easier for us this particular cycle than when we first sent it in. So just know, I think we'll be able to eventually get all of the amazing features and things that GradSnap had to offer and so forth. I will say this, and just so that you know, it is coming down the pipeline, and I wish I would have added this in here. GradSnap provided us the opportunity to text and to get those messages over to you. And unfortunately, Wise Hive does not. So we are now, Breezy and Tiana will begin to work with Jashandra to get you all added into our it's really our donor database, which is called Network for Good, but it gives us the opportunity to be able to send text messages. So just want you to be on the lookout for that, so we can send those reminders out, a little quicker and easier for everybody. But we do just have to get everybody added in there, but that's coming soon. So just know, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't think you shouldn't have to create an account because we'll do that kind of sort of for you, since we'll only be utilizing it to send you text messages. Okay. So just know that that is coming, and we can communicate that way with you via text.
Mhm.
Okay. Breezy and Tiana.
Go ahead, Tiana.
All right, so who do I call? So you do, of course, have Breezy and Breezy is the National Scholar Support Specialist, where I am the Tribal Scholar Support Specialist. So if you identify as being a tribal member or are going to a tribal college, then I am most likely the one who will be in communication with you. And at this point, we most likely have also been bugging you. Um, so typically, if you receive an email, it either says from the both of us or from Breezy or Tiana. So whoever is, that's probably most likely who you kind of belong to. But of course, we are always having each other's backs and answering questions if we could. Yeah, and we have our cell phone numbers. And Latrina, I can't see. Does this have our email addresses at the bottom?
It does. You can't see the
Okay.
screen. Am I not sharing?
No,
I'm sorry.
no, you are. It's just that I don't see the email addresses on my end.
Yes, it is. It has your cell phone number and your email address on there.
Okay, maybe it's because I'm moving around my mouse, but yeah. So there's our information if you need to get in contact with us.
And Breezy just dropped her cell phone in there, and I can copy and drop Tiana's in there as well.
I did. I did.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. You gonna talk anymore, Breezy? Or are you done?
No, that's
All
good.
right.
Thanks,
Just
Tiana.
know we talked about sharing this information out with everybody, and they will do this as well with Renewal Scholars. Just so if you don't know who you should be calling, they will be sharing out an email here. I'm assuming we can get that out tomorrow just to make sure. But the good thing about it, Tiana and Breezy does support one another, and so you can certainly reach out to either. But just because Breezy has been on a little longer, she will certainly probably be able to answer maybe some of the harder questions a little quicker than Tiana can. Okay. But just know she's in the works and making it happen. And we're certainly excited to have her on board. Now, Tiana, I was like, I can't get you to demonstrate this again because we just did it. Let me stop for a second because I need to see your lovely faces. By raising your hand, I want to see who knows what Scholar Guidance resource is. Scholar, okay, Ruth. I see Ruth's hand. Let me scroll. Or if you can't raise your hand physically, raise your hand on the reactions. You know how you can use the reactions and raise your hand. Okay, Ruth, Kenyatta. Angelina. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Amber. Okay. Nashari. I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
I'm
Not
sorry, what
enough.
was the question again, Latrina?
The Scholar Guidance Resource. When I say Scholar Guidance Resource, do you know what I'm talking about? Gigi, did you raise your hand? I think I saw your name. I saw your hand. Thank you. Awesome.
Latrina, if you want me to do it again, I can. I didn't fully go through.
Okay. But so let's talk about this. I want to make sure that you know what this is, what the importance. Okay, Christina. Okay, let me ask this, and I want you to light up the chat here. Who, if you know about it, are you registered and have you used it? So lower your hands. I don't know if I can help me lower everybody's hand so I can see it again. Or who wants to be brave today that have used it? And okay, Angelina, you want to talk about it really fast? Because I love testimonials. I love.
I had registered for it the moment that I became a scholar. Any type of resources that were sent to me when I signed on, and Breezy knows me, I sit there and I'm like, oh, I need to have access to this. I was able to access the resources and use it to actually find activities that can help me get my daughter situated with her when she had her stroke in December.
Wow. Angelina, thank you.
Had me help me find resources. It helped me. I found a person who actually does like helps with guiding people with occupational therapy and physical therapy and exercises that she could like. I actually met a friend and made a friend through that system. So yes, it works.
Wow.
If you have access to information that is available, that is given to us, that we are able to sign up for, please sign up for whoever's here, please.
Oh, I'm gonna do my happy dance. Angelina, I love
Hold
you.
yourself down. Hold yourself down. Hold yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
Sure I will. Sure I will, Angelina, just because you told me not to. But seriously, my sisters, this is an amazing resource. Now, you just heard it from Angelina. I love it. Real-time testimony. This site from A to Z. Please do yourself a favor. Like when we get off, register.
If you can multitask, do it now. If you can multitask, do it now.
Speaking of which, Tiana, but I wanted to see by faces. So Tiana's going to demonstrate because I want you to see how easy this is. Now, you will get a welcome pack. Many of you have gotten welcome packs in the past, but you'll get another one. In that welcome pack, you will get, I don't know how clear this is going to be because I'm showing. Anywho, it's instructions. But this is what you do. You got to click on register. Okay. It's going to ask you the organization web ID, which is COM589. Okay. Click on register. From there, it's going to want the company name, first 5 letters of our name, Jeanette, Jeann. From there, yes, it says Jeanette Rankin Women's Scholarship Fund. That was our name before we kind of switched over to the Rankin Foundation. So click on submit. And then you got to put in some demographic information. It's that simple. Click submit. Once you do this, you do not have to do it again. Then, Breezy, were you able to pull up CompSci from that first call?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
did not pull it up.
Maheen, Karen, anybody, are you possibly logged in? Because I really just want you to see just how much information. Angelina, can you log in right fast? I don't know if it'll let you share, but I think we can make it happen. Yes, Ruth.
I'm logged in.
Ruth for the win. Breezy, can you give Ruth share? And yeah. I just want you to see the top of the dashboard. That's all I want you to see is if you can see that. And when I say it's from A to Z, it's from A to Z. Thank you, Ruth. Wellness, relationship, work education. Click on that first one. Yeah, just keep on going across, Ruth. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Okay. So I want you to know that probably every question you have, questions you haven't even thought about having. Guess what you can do? You can ask a question. Go up there to the search bar. Just type. And Angelina says, If you needed a bonus, if that wasn't enough for you, your family can use it. Now, I have
We
grown
need the
kids.
discounts on a regular basis, y'all.
Come on. Anybody in your household, Tiana, yes, use this. Use it. Now, it's free to you, but the Rankin Foundation does pay for it. So make sure that you're getting the benefit out of it, okay? It's there for you to use. It's there to support you when life's. Make sure life don't have to life so hard. You know, matter of fact, when your kids, I'm telling you, my son was going through, I'm transparent. My son was just going through a very challenging time. And sometimes they don't want to talk to mommy. Sometimes they may not want to talk to dad or whoever. Sometimes they need to talk to a trained therapist. And I'm grateful for CompSci giving scholar guidance resources through CompSci. So you hear me use that interchangeably, but giving him that access. And you have that access 24/7, 365 days of the year. Okay. So use it. If you haven't registered, I don't know, send me a screenshot or something. Latrina will figure out something she can send you just for registering, okay? And getting in there and utilizing it. Yes, Tanisha.
So, if I understand you correctly, you're saying that basically it's a site for mental health situations.
It can be. You
It's
do have access for
it's
mental health. Yes,
everything.
yes,
It's
ma'am. That's only one component of it though.
Okay.
And let me say this, we talked about this on our with our new scholars. You can get 3 sessions for free. So you can go in there and get connected with a counselor, have 3 sessions for free. Let me tell you how you can get more. If there comes, if another, let's just say you were going into that one for marital situations, okay? But then you came back and you were having something with your children and needed to connect with a family counselor. That's a different and unique situation. There's a possibility for 3 more free sessions, okay? And I use this because I had to deal with it myself. Sometimes you just don't connect with, you know, maybe that first person that you're connected to. And so I was able to go back and get connected with somebody who I did, you know, connect with. And we kind of, you know, just did it. And Ruth put in here financial health, physical health, so much more. I mean, it's elderly care, you know, legal stuff. It is so much. I could probably spend all day going through and going down. There are articles. I mean, they even the mental health, it does, they send out articles and things of that nature that I think we get, is it weekly or whatever? They just send out. It's so much. It's so much. Just know that you're doing yourself a disservice if you have not registered for this site, okay? She dropped it in the chat. For those of you that need that login, if you're just now registering, you would have to put in that organization web ID and the organization name in order to be able to get access. Go Alexis, go Alexis. Alexis says she just registered. Yes, pet stuff. It's and this is I know it for myself. You can get pet insurance. I didn't know that. And I learned about it on the Scholar Guidance resource. Yeah, it happens. Thank you, Tiana. Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. I love it that, you know, we're renewals, but we still can get this happening and rocking and rolling. All right. On to the next thing. Angelina, thank you everybody else for chiming in, and Ruth for sharing your screen. Utilize it. Let's talk about the resiliency fund. And those of you that are renewals, you know that it's here, you know that it's available. Now, I do want to just really stress the importance of this fund and its access, its availability. It is not a bottomless bucket. And I mean, you know, since you all are renewals, you've been with us, so you don't have to wait to request it. However, when you do request it, it does need to be a true emergency. Okay. It can't be, you know, like Latrina want to go and get some new braids. No, no, that's not an emergency. That's just a want on my end. Okay. Maybe it'll be an emergency if I want to get some locks. No, I'm being silly. They're quite expensive. But you do need to have documentation. This is what I want to stress. If you do have, let's just say, and I'm going to use the same example I used previously. We had one of our scholars whose basement flooded. Okay. And therefore she was now taxed with having to get it, the water removed, getting it dried out and all of that good stuff. And if like I know, you just don't, most of us, we're balling on a budget, so don't have funds laying around to oftentimes address these unforeseen emergencies. So just being able to help her get that done, and ensuring there wasn't mold in her home, but also having documentation. So let's say with that she had to get multiple quotes, so she was able to send over, along with her application, because you do have to fill out an application to request it. Well, back up. You have to talk with Breezy first. Okay. So it's just having a conversation with Breezy first. After that conversation, it's, deemed it as truly an emergency. She assigns that survey. You complete that survey. In that survey, you have to attach documentation. So whatever you're requesting, let's say it's for automobile repair, you have to have a quote that has already been given, that that you've received from the body repair shop or whatever, or from the mechanic, to be able to support what it is that you're needing. Okay, that's covering us and it's covering you. So it's not that you're out here just making some bogus request. Once that's done, there is still has to go through approval. Now it's not a guarantee, so please hear me. Just because you request it don't mean it's automatically going to be funded, and then doesn't mean it's going to be funded at the amount that you request. So just know you can't come to us and say I need $10,000. No, that we don't have that type of budget yet. Hopefully it'll come, but we do want to be able to hopefully help you navigate any emergencies that do come up, if you're encountering them, and help you navigate that so that you can continue to move forward. Yeah, Angelina, I'm always balling on the budget. Yes, Ruth gonna make us a t-shirt. I'm just playing, Ruth. You're so crafty. So that's why I said Ruth is gonna make it. Awesome. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Ruth says Breezy will take care of you. Yes, she will. Breezy's so smart. And now we got Tiana too. Okay, let's talk about these payments. So we just got finished talking about resiliency fund. I want to stress the importance of you getting into Wise Hive and doing it in a timely manner, because that's how you get your money. I'm Say for instance, your payment deadline is August 1st. We're the 28th, right? Yes, we're the 28th. If you just now submitted your new or renewal application, you won't get your payment by August 1st. I take that back. There's a possibility you can get your payment by August 1 if you're set up for ACH, because that's quick. Now, I can request it, but of course, I want you to understand what that process is. Once you submit your renewal or new application, Breezy or Tiana has to review it. Okay. And they keep in mind, you're talking Breezy has what, 125 scholars, and Tiana has 80. I'm just using round numbers. So it's not that, you're their only scholar. So you have to factor in, they have to have time to go through these. And so let's say all 125 of Breezy submitted on today. You got to give her time to get through. I traditionally request on a Monday. So if Breezy hasn't had the opportunity to request or to review, your application, I may not be able to request for you until next Monday. Guess what? You've missed your payment deadline, all because of when you submitted. So just always factor in, give us about a week when you're submitting anything that is attached to your payment, to make sure we can get it to you on time. Okay. Does that make sense? And I will say, if you're doing ACH for the first time, you do have a part on your end. You have to go into Intuit QuickBooks. On that subject line, it says, do you want to get your money faster? Do you want to get paid faster? And so once you click on that, you have to get in there, get access, complete your part, entering your bank account, routing number, all of that good stuff, completing your part so that we can get it to you expeditiously. Okay. Now, of course, if you want a paper check, that's still an option, but I would that you give a little more time because we have to process the check and then send that out to your school or send it directly over to you. And with that being the case, you want to factor in that mail time. You know, the mail system is having some challenges now, but we're working through it and we're getting them out. And just so you know, you do get a tracking number when you just a paper check, whether it's to the school or whether it's to your home. That way you can track that information. Okay. Are there any questions in there about the payments? I know your renewals, but I wanted to make sure. I think it's important that we still address this information so we can all be on the same page. Cool, 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 cool.
Hi, Latrina. It's Suzette.
Yes,
Good to see
Suzette.
your faces. I don't remember putting in a date for when I did my paperwork this year. I don't recall putting in a date. So I was just curious and asking whether or not mine comes this Thursday or August 1st.
And I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Breezy, she's attached to you, right, Breezy? So Breezy can check that
Yeah.
and see
Yeah, I
what.
can check that tomorrow.
Yeah, she can check Suzette for you. And what the question that is asked to answer that question, Suzette and everyone else, is whatever your payment deadline is for your school for your fall. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I just don't remember there being a question about that on the I don't know, maybe I overlooked it. It's been a lot going on too. So I don't know. My
okay.
apologies. I just was curious. All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Breezy will check on that and can confirm with you, Suzette, as to what that date is. And if not, we can definitely work with you to make sure we get it. Since it's been submitted, since you've submitted it already, Suzette, what will happen now is that you can give that date to Breezy and she can add it. Because if not, you got to reopen and do all of that stuff. And sometimes that gets to be a bit much to go back and forth. If it's just a date, updating the date, she can do that for you. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, we have Miss Karen on and she's going to take this one away to talk about our corporate partners.
So we have many, many, many wonderful donors that support you in your work. And we have a whole lot of individual folks who have endowed scholar grants or sponsor scholar grants or give for the general operating. And we have some really important corporate partners. So the first one I want to share with you is Synchrony. And Synchrony is like Visa. They do store cards like for Crate and Barrel, Old Navy, many different stores. They do the credit card processing for them. And they have given us money for our national grant and money for our tribal scholar grant, making it national. Assurant has been our presenting sponsor for our annual fundraiser, the Star Party. And then last year they refurbished 40 laptops and we were able to give laptops to many folks, and we have a group of them again this year. So I'm sure the team will be in touch with you to see if you have needs. And so we're grateful to them for helping with the technology. Yes. And Coca-Cola has been supporting us for the past 8 years. They sponsor many scholars and we are grateful for their support. And we have a brand new foundation this year, the Molly Blank Foundation, which is out of Atlanta. Arthur Blank owns the Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons. And they sponsor scholars both in Georgia and in Arizona this year. They're new to us. And we have another foundation, which is very generous and has doubled their investment in the Tribal Scholars Program. And they're anonymous. So many, many people are out there supporting the work that you're doing. They're in your front row cheering for you, as I like to say.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we're so grateful for all of the many donors and those that support and give of their funds to ensure that scholars can do what they do in school. So you should be cheering for all of those. So yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Karen. We're grateful to have Maheen on, who is our digital marketing specialist. Maheen, you want to talk about how they can get connected with us on our social media platforms?
Yes, of course. We would love to have all of you follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram at the Rankin Foundation. If you ever want to drop a message or a comment, I am regularly on our platforms and I'll connect with you as soon as possible, usually within the day. Um, so we can stay in touch. Your success is our success. And if you want to ever post about it, and like I said earlier, if you would like your story to be shared, already somebody has reached out, which I really appreciate. This is what I'm here for. This is what is kind of my joy right now in life, that we can uplift your stories. There's also a Facebook group for many of you. I think that many of you are very active in that group. That's like a beautiful source of support and community. And so if you ever want to see anything, you ever want a particular kind of resources, we were talking about in our team meeting last week, like maybe I could make posts about recipes. If you guys have ideas like that, and if you have things that maybe you need to see, I'm a social worker by trade. I have kind of the educational background to make whatever kind of graphics you may need or be interested in. And one thing I love about the Rankin Foundation is how back and forth we go. And this is true for me as staff too. I know I'm new to this role, but it's my 4th year with this organization. And I just love how we all pour into each other, and let's continue doing that. Reach out to me. I would love to have any kind of connection with any of you. So thank you so much. And please, please follow us.
Yes. Awesome, Tanisha. We got that on there. And I don't know. I'll talk a little bit about here. And thank you for sharing that. Tanisha said that she's mentioned that she wants her story to be out there. And Maheen is certainly the one that can get you connected to be able to do that. But I want to talk about permissions here just for a second. You just did your application, your renewal application that would have you where you can check off how you want to be engaged and how we can share out your information. So oftentimes if you have not shared that you want to be, us to work with you in that capacity. I'm not saying that's the reason we haven't, but that's one of the easiest ways, because as Breezy is going through and as we're working to look who we have an acknowledgement letter where we share out information about our scholar that goes out to all of our donors. But of course, that acknowledgement letter can only be with those who have given us some information or given us permission, to share out. So just know that there are so many factors that go into it. And I thank all of you that have given us access and that have worked with us. When you go over to our social media platforms, you'll be able to see. Matter of fact, I think Ruth was just on there. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we do share out and how we share it out. So just know if you go to the social media platforms, you'll definitely be able to see that. All right, Breezy, you want to talk about scholar support?
Hi, Trina.
Yes.
I apologize for interrupting. So I'm definitely open to sharing, like parts of my story. But I just get triggered about, like going into details. I have to be very, like I'm very, especially, like I just so I'm open to sharing, just kind of like a generic version of my story, which I oftentimes do. But I can easily get triggered going into like a rabbit hole if I go into
Suzette,
details
we
about
don't want to trigger anybody.
Thank
No, 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 no. That's never our intent. We want you to be stress-free. We don't want to cause anything to be triggered while you're in school. So this is not a requirement. We don't require that you do. That's why we ask. Okay. So Suzette, no, 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 no. Pull that. Don't even think about having to do that. When we ask that question, it's only those who are, kind of in that space and okay with sharing. And I will say that some scholars don't share all, and that's okay. You can only share where you're comfortable, and we understand that and appreciate those who are willing and wanting to do it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Naomi, did we share about Naomi? I mean, I'm just seeing her name. I think she was on our social media channel. Maheen, I'm not gonna call you out and make you remember that. But again, here, I just want you to know that we put your story out there and we share information, and our donors truly do want to hear and know about the individuals that they are supporting. So thank you for all that have given us that permission and allow and affords us that opportunity to be able to share in the capacity that we do. And Breezy or Karen, and that's true. We can always share, you can use a pseudonym. We got several scholars that do not use their legal names for various reasons. Okay. So we can, there are still ways that we can share your story and it not be attached to your name. So just give that a thought. You don't have to answer that now here, but just know that is that's an opportunity to be able to still get it out there because your story is powerful. Angelina, yes, ma'am.
I was just about to like just to piggyback off what you said is sometimes I get it, like some of our stories we did not get here by the roads paved in gold. Sometimes those roads had spikes and gravel that was everywhere. But to let others know that they can supersede, they can move past what's going on and they are more than what happened to them. The fact that you survived and are able to say, talking about this triggers me, that right there just shows us that, okay, yes, it triggers you because that's you break a leg, you never feel, you'll always feel that break, but you're still able to walk at the end. So I think it's great that we share our story because I'll tell you honestly, I know about some of my sisters and sisterhood in the group. There's not a lot of people that we know. I think I know one person in New York. So that's what I'm saying. I think it'll be great for us to, even with a pseudonym, just to share the story, just so that so women out there know, like, it's not just them out there.
Agreed.
And-
Angelina, I'm telling you, it's powerful. And
Beautifully said.
we work with some amazing, phenomenal women that are truly overcoming the odds and doing it in the spirit of excellence, like no other that I've ever seen. Like I told them, I'm real biased, in that I'm ranking alum. So I promise you, I get it. I get it. I understand. Been there, done that, and still might be doing some of it. But again, I just choose in how I do it and how we do it. So again, I'll get on my soapbox and I'll start preaching. I don't want to preach right now. I just want to make sure that you understand the importance and the power of your voice, and that what you say can certainly help to transform the lives of one of your other sisters and just kind of bring them along. Because oftentimes we'll think we're over in a silo by ourselves and we're truly not. It's almost 225 scholars this year. So you mean to tell me it's somebody else that I promise you that may be encountering or going through? I'm talking too much and we're at 6:14. So with that being said, we're rolling. We're rolling.
Latrina, Tanisha has her hand up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am, Tanisha.
I just wanted to piggyback off what Angie said. There was a time that I was concerned about getting my story out there at one point, but yeah, an interesting thing happened to me. Breezy, you might be familiar with this story. Yeah, I was handpicked by the district president of my school that I attend and our trio director. And surprise, I don't know how many cameras and live cameras at that. And yeah, pictures being taken of me all at the same time. So once I was able to sort of come out the box and share my story, and I was all over the news and on the internet, Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth, I realized, you know what, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? Somebody out there, needed to hear that. And now thousands and thousands of individuals are part of what's called the Reconnect program and able to go to not only the school that I attend, but schools all across Michigan. And so, you know, it does take courage and it does take, taking that deep breath to kind of take that leap of faith, but it's worth it in the end, which is why I'm saying, even now, that was then, hey, I'm more than willing to do it again. And ever since then, I've been doing that, truth be told. So, yeah,
Nice. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
no
Sometimes
problem.
it takes us to be first. So, hey, and it may be, you may be frightened, it may be scary, maybe afraid, but take that leap. Just do it.
Mhm.
Just do it. Just
Mhm.
do it. Breezy,
Mhm.
scholar support.
Yeah, so Scholar Support Hours will be starting back up on August 20th. We're going to do the same day and time for now as last year. So Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. We will also, maybe some of you remember, we did a few Sundays last year too, which was really nice, Sunday afternoon. So I'm getting those dates together right now, and we'll send out those dates for Sundays soon. Just a reminder, you don't have to be on time to come to Scholar Support Hours. You don't have to stay the whole hour. You can just check in and check out. You can have kids around you. You can be cooking, whatever you need to do. It's very laid back. I know at least a dozen people on here right now, at least a dozen of you scholars have been on there with me many times. And I love to see you all and hear from you. And I just feel like it can just be such a powerful space of us all supporting each other. I also will continue to have special guests, especially a lot of our alums are volunteering to come and talk about what they're doing right now. And yes, like Angelina just said in the chat, I know that some people have classes that evening or work or can't, and I totally get that. It's optional, but I hope that you can stop in when you can. And yeah, I know the schedule's tricky to find something that works for everyone, but I will continue to send out recordings of most weeks also. So
Yeah, and that's the importance too of, where there's an offering for, an alternate day. Like I said, Sundays tend to just work because everybody is winding down and, doing various things. So Breezy will definitely look at her calendar and get that out. So if you can't do the Tuesday, hopefully you'll be able to meet up on those Sunday sessions. Uh-oh, sorry, I clicked too fast. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So we're down to or up to this, I guess I would say. Welcome packets are getting ready to head out. We wanted to wait until the deadline, which is today, for the new and renewal to make sure we had everybody's address. And so when they all go out, they go out at the same time. So be on the lookout for in your mailbox, PO box, or whatever you have listed as your home address. Those will be coming out. And the goal again is to get them this week. One thing I will say, I'll go ahead and go over to our last slide. We're getting ready to kind of add this into our request from you, is that in that welcome pack, we want to send out some stationery where we want you to take about 10 minutes just to sit down and write a thank you note to our donors. We're going to send you the stationery. We're even going to give you like a fill in the blank, if you would. So if you're like, oh, I don't know what to say, don't know how to say it, we're going to give you a few options. Or if you're somebody who knows what to say and can write a thank you note, we want you to do that for us. What you'll do is write that thank you note, send it in to us, and we will get it out to our donors. I want you to hear it from Karen. She said something previously about when asking the donors what they would like. Karen, what did you tell us the donors said? What do they like to get?
So time and again, we ask donors what's meaningful to them in terms of the thanking process, like how do we thank them? And they said the very best thing is a handwritten note from the scholar saying thank you. So this 10 minutes is really powerful, and it helps us raise more money to help you.
Awesome. You heard it from the CEO who works with our donors every day. So thank you all in advance for getting it done. And of course, you'll have the return postage to get those back over to us. So please just do it. Breezy will certainly be sending out those reminders. So guess what? Ta-da! We're down to the final slideshow. Does anybody have any questions for us about anything that we've kind of been going through? Hopefully we haven't overlooked. I know Breezy and Tiana has been in the chat. We're just excited and looking forward to another amazing year with you as a Rankin Renewal Scholar. It's going to be a great year. It is. And you're going to be able to do some amazing things because we're just bad women. I mean, not in a bad way, in a good way. We're rock stars. Okay. Don't take that bad.
I couldn't figure out how to raise my hand, but I just wanted to quickly thank you all and let the new ladies coming on just know what a powerful support group and sisterhood Rankin is recently got to be in Georgia with the ladies, and I've just spoken so much since being back in California about how how amazing, I always wanted to be part of a sorority, and I was never part of a sorority, but I felt like I was amongst my sorority sisters. And so I just really want to thank you all. It's just really from Karen all the way, from the very top all the way down. I mean, they're just really amazing folks, including the donors and supporters. So thank you.
Oh, thanks, Suzette. We appreciate that. Angelina?
I just want to personally thank you all just for the support that you give us. You guys are always putting like your comments on our chats and Facebook. I'm off camera, sorry. I didn't realize I was off camera. But you're always very supportive for us in every step that we take. And even when we think that we're having a hard time, you and Breezy, Karen, and just our supporters are always there having our backs. And I see you guys always, you're like the biggest cheerleaders in our group. So for me personally, I feel like I need to thank you guys, because if it weren't for you ladies having our backs, giving us those calls, helping us when we really needed it, from keyboards to flooded basements. I mean, you personally, you guys helped me with a family emergency I had when my daughter got sick. So I think this is an opportunity just for us as Renewals to say thank you to you for having this program available for us. So
Oh,
thank you.
thanks, Angelina. That's certainly heartfelt, and we appreciate it. That's what we're here for, and glad that we can do it, and we want to continue to do it. So thank you for helping us do it by being engaged. So I'm going to turn it right back over to you. We can only do what we do with you, okay? And we're stronger together. Awesome, awesome. Yes, Tanisha.
I was just gonna say Jeanette Rankin rocks, Breezy rocks, even though she didn't tell you that I wanted my story out there.
Listen, look, hey, trust you me, that's the least of your worries, Tanisha. We can get the story out there because Maheen is on the call, and I promise you, Maheen will follow up. So just know,
Okay.
just know. I mean, and
Okay.
they have, I will say, Tanisha, Maheen and just the team has like a plan and a marketing what is it called, like a sharing plan, a calendar of how they share and what they share. So just know they'll interweave it however they see best fit to make that happen. Awesome, awesome.
As soon as possible.
Maheen said as soon as possible, so you heard it from Maheen. She's the marketing person. Wonderful. Well, no more questions, everyone. Good, good. I mean, I'm so excited to see your lovely faces. Thank you for taking this time out of your Sunday to be here with us. And again, just know no question is a silly question. Don't ever hesitate to ask. Breezy and Tiana is here. I'm available as well. Karen, all of us are available, but your support people are Breezy and Tiana. So certainly reach out to them, and whatever we need to do, we want to make this be the best year ever with the Rankin Foundation. Be on the lookout for those welcome packets. And we certainly will. Breezy and Tiana, we'll see you soon on
We're
Scholar
gonna
Support.
take a photo, Latrina. A
Oh,
photo.
we sure do. And Angelina's hand is back up. Maheen?
My question was, once we have completed our bachelor's, I know that you guys don't have the support to offer us to on, but how do we become, I guess, maybe like volunteers for the Rankins to kind of like pay it forward for what you guys done for us?
You can do that now. No, I'm just playing. Don't do it now. Latrina get excited when she hear that. I just start jumping.
No, don't play with me. I'll be signing up real quick. Don't. I'm a team player. I'll be like, yes, where do I
love it.
go?
I love it. I'm serious. On the exit, one of the main ways, Angelina, is certainly reading apps. That's one of the easiest ways that you can give back. But we're currently, and I'm throwing it out there because we're currently in what we call a $5 campaign. Suzette knows about it because she was here. I'm trying to get at least 500 of our alums to give $5, just $5 a month, to set it and forget it. I tell them on your card, if you set to give that $5 and it can, I just posted on social media today because Maheen posted and I replied there. It's power in $5. I'm telling you, we truly can change the world with $5. If I get 500 women to commit to giving $5 for 12 months, That's $30,000. Just giving $5. That's it. So just know there are so many ways. And of course, we have events and all of that, but I won't get into that because it'll take us longer than that. But just know, don't worry about it. You got Breezy's number, you got Latrina's number, you got Maheen's number, you got Karen's number. You got ways that we can make sure you're connected and get the information you need to stay engaged. Okay. Any other questions? If not, thank you all again so much for coming, your engagement. You all are amazing. Maheen is going to take a picture. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Maheen's going to take a picture. Maheen, count us down, lead us.
All right, we're gonna smile in 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right, photo taken.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maheen. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye for
Thank you
now.
all. So
Thank
nice to
you,
see you.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Thank you.